guys, how's it going? Austin Reed here, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Alright, in this episode, I'm going to talk about whether or not you need a degree in music in order to be successful. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright, so you're at the age where you're thinking about going to college, or you're thinking about not going to college, but you're not exactly sure about your decision, and you really want to make sure that you make the right decision, okay? I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about my experiences having been in university. I have kind of a love-hate relationship with schools. I actually did drop out of university about 3.5 years in. And I'm also going to talk to you guys about a couple different perspectives that you guys might not have thought about. That way you guys know whether or not school is for you. Alright, so first I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my experiences. So I studied music performance at the University of New Mexico, and halfway through my degree I switched to business, okay? Now the reason why I did that was because I started asking questions to my music professors like, how do you get concerts, and how do you advertise for concerts, and how do you get like a record label deal? And I would receive answers like, I don't know, I don't really play concerts, I'm a teacher. You know, I just teach. And things like that. And that really didn't help me. And so I started to get really discouraged going for the music degree. I did learn some great music skills, which I'll talk to you a little bit later about the pros. But like a lot of the important questions, like how do I make money, how do I build my fan base and things like that, those were never answered in school, and those will never be answered in school. It depends though. If you go to like an expensive school like Music Institute or Berkeley, then maybe they have those types of programs. But for the general university, unless you're dishing out like $250,000 for a degree, you know, it's not there. You're not going to see it. So the only thing school is going to teach you is it's going to teach you how to teach. So if you want to go and teach music, school might be a good thing for you. But if you don't want to teach music and you want to perform, and not in a symphony, but like actually perform concerts in front of, you know, just people at like clubs and bars and giant concert halls, then yeah, school might not be the best thing for you. So about halfway through my degree, I switched to business, okay? And the reason why is because I wanted to learn how to get concerts, how to, you know, negotiate things and open a business and things like that. That way I could really ramp up my music skills. And I thought, well, if they're not going to teach it to me in music performance, maybe I could switch to business and learn marketing and stuff and then figure it out, right? And so I was sitting in one of my classes one day, and I was about to open a business because I wanted to do liquidation auctions. And I walked up to the teacher and I asked him, I'm like, what is the best type of business structure I should open? Should it be a sole proprietorship or an LLC? And he told me, I don't know, I've never opened a business before. And that just was kind of the end of my college career. I was pissed. Like, why the fuck am I paying $7,000 a semester and they can't answer my questions? Like, that pissed me off. And so that was kind of the end of my college career. But not everything was bad. I actually did learn some good things in college. They just weren't related to the success. They were more related to the music itself. But even then, those are things I still could have probably learned by myself. Let me explain. So a lot of the good skills that I learned while I was in music school is things like oral skills. For example, somebody would play a piece on piano and I had to listen to it without seeing it and notate it on sheet music. That is really hard, and it's a really good skill. Another thing they would teach you is how to like make 4-part harmonies and stuff. And so it made it really easy for me to take like a couple instruments like bass, guitar, piano, violin, cello, a voice or 2 or 3 voices, and make harmonies and really quickly kind of make a song that sounds pretty decent with the guidelines that they give you. And so that's a really good skill if you're working a lot with clients and you like working on a piece of paper. I don't usually do that though. That's not a skill that I brought with me. That's like something I rarely do when I'm trying to write harmonies and I can't think of something. Usually I just try to come up with it by ear, and I learn that way. I don't usually try to write stuff down on sheet music. That's just not the type of person I am. But if you're the type of technical person that needs sheet music, and you like music theory, and you would like to learn how to make songs really quickly and develop your oral skills so you can just hear something and know exactly what chord it is and be able to write it down like that, I mean, those are really, really good skills that you can learn in university. So that was basically my university experience in a nutshell. Those were the pros and the cons. Now I'm gonna attack it at a slightly different angle and go, well, what if you don't go to university? What do you do? How do you learn the skills you need to learn? Well, the cool thing is if you don't go to university, first of all, you won't have debt. So it's gonna be a lot easier for you to come start hitting it hard and saving that money, because you're not gonna have this looming debt crawling on your back, trying to take your money away while you're trying to grow your music and your business. You know what I mean? And so that's like really, really good for you. The very next thing is like, how do you get your skills? Well, first of all, you play all the time, always learn new songs, try to play with a lot of musicians. So go out, jam, play on the street. Playing on the street especially, man. Playing on the street teaches you so much about how to perform. I'm actually going to do a video about that here soon, about like tips and tricks on how to perform on the street. But anyways, another thing you can do is you can actually take private lessons. I really, really encourage people to take some private lessons for maybe classical guitar or just, electric guitar. But if you learn classical, you're going to learn electric like that. Like, once you know classical, electric's fucking easy. Let me tell you that. And like, same thing with vocals. Like, I think that, going to a vocal teacher and paying him like 20, 30, maybe $40 a lesson is way more valuable than actually going to school and spending all your time studying and paying for shit and not exactly learning everything you want. Because there's a class of 20 people and it's like, well, I want to learn how to sing falsetto, but there's 20 people here, so like they have to learn their shit too, and so it's kind of a general thing and it's not geared towards your success. If you want to learn tips and tricks on how to record, I definitely recommend lots of YouTube videos. Just go ahead and download a DAW. Doesn't really matter. I use FL Studio. You can use Pro Tools, Logic, or whatever. Get yourself a microphone, maybe a nice little interface, plug it into your laptop, and start recording shit. And then like talk to people who record in studios and who are in bands and stuff. Because there's a lot of neat little tips and tricks that you can do, like panning vocals left and right in the chorus just to make it sound a little bit better. And things like that you won't exactly know just recording yourself. You gotta talk to people and figure those out. And a lot of that stuff you're not gonna learn at school. If you want to learn like how to be successful as a musician, you can always just watch my YouTube channel, of course. But also you can go out and find musicians that are already doing what you want to do, and you can talk to them as well. You can talk to venue owners, you can talk to pretty much anybody in the business, promoters, or anybody has something, some type of knowledge or contact that you can use. So going out and asking people, maybe helping them out for free, and asking them in exchange for knowledge or contacts, like that's really, really powerful and a really, really great way for you to grow. So growing on experience, I definitely think is a really, really powerful thing. I think a really, really good place to grow would actually be on a cruise ship. Now this is really hard because you have to sight read, and basically your sheet music skills need to be like really on point. But if your sheet music skills are on point, I think going on a cruise ship would actually teach you a lot, because you'd be playing concerts every day, 2 or 3 times a day, and then you'd have plenty of time to practice and you'd be making bank. And if you save your money and you just eat the food on the cruise ship, then you'll be doing really well by the time you get on. All in all, basically it comes down to this. If you want to learn like specific skills about like how to make songs quickly and how to develop your ear a little bit more, it's a little bit better to go to school because you can learn that a little bit faster because you're forced to. But if you got really, really good discipline, you can learn all of that shit by yourself by reading books and studying YouTube videos and just asking people and doing it yourself with experience, okay? And as far as becoming a successful musician, none of that shit's gonna be learned in school. All that stuff is gonna be learned on the street, talking to people, doing it yourself, okay? So get out there, start doing shit, start growing your presence, build that fan base, do all the stuff, and you will learn more about becoming a successful musician. Now, if you want to learn in kind of a structured way, then maybe school is good for you, and if you want a fallback that a lot of people think is really important, then maybe school is also good for you. But for the most part, school does not guarantee your success. The only thing school does is it gives you a couple tools on how to make songs a little better and just improve your musicianship skills. but it has nothing to do with your income or your jobs or how you get concerts or anything like that. So just get that out of your head. If you go to school, you'll come out of school and you'll be a standardized robot. Okay? So I hope that this video helps you guys out. If you guys want to see some more videos about how to be a successful musician, travel the world, and do anything you want, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button, and you guys have a wonderful day.